So people are smarter. But do you want people to be smarter? It's kind of the question. Like, will we have more peace if society is smarter, or less peace? If people are dumb, they can go along to get along. They just go along with whatever it is. If people are smart, they may, rebel against each other and all their ideas. But I guess intelligence at some point in time has to merge into believing the same thing. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's a smart or dumb society. I think what really matters, that does matter for sure, because people are definitely been dumbed down. Actually, it matters. Smart or dumb matters more than good or bad, because good people can do dumb things, right? Good people are get caught up in regimes all the time because they give up their individual mind for the crowd mind, right? Hitler was able to do this in Nazi Germany, where he got a bunch of people to believe something, hypnotize those minds. Does that mean that every single person was evil? I don't think so. I think it's the same way where people can easily dehumanize Palestinians because they're Israeli, and they can say, well, we're doing this for our defense, and you can go and wipe out 10,000 people. I think people do that in America all of the time when we stood by and allowed them to just go in Iraq and just drop bombs on them in the name of WMDs. Are Americans bad people because they didn't fight the government for that? It's questionable, right? I think it's good questions. We did that to Hiroshima. We dropped bombs. We said that was the best thing to do. Oh, man, we killed so many people. Not even tripping. I think there was a lot of good people that don't even stand up. You're told the reason why, and you believe that because you believe you're a part of something bigger than yourself, which is the state. It's patriotism. It'll make you do some weird things. But you become a part of something. Some parts of you have to push down in order to fully be a part of that thing. So things that don't make sense to you, you don't have to speak up about. And they just may have policies and programs and rules in place that may completely go against your moral code. But because you're part of that, you have to maintain that thing. And then some things are necessary for the sacrifice of the whole. When do we get to the point of moral restriction and moral bias? When does that play a part in society? America does a lot of evil things, yet we are happy Americans all day long. You go back and you integrate into the voting system. You go cast your ballot because you believe in the American system. Yet the American system has injustices every single day, even higher than most places around the world. Yet we still evoke our right to be a part of this system and somehow believe in it. The fact that Americans do not, rebel against government and institutions more just shows you how dumb we are. In a smart society, you won't allow people to sell you food that kills you. Doesn't make sense. You say, wait a minute, that's cancer-causing chemicals? Wait a minute, why don't we have a ban on tobacco? Why do we just allow a product that kills people? It's just legal murder. Our cereal is being banned so it can stop killing other people. Yeah, we happily do it, but when you go study the food that built America and you go back to Kellogg's, it's funny because Kellogg started off as a product for people for mental health, right? Now, the inventor of it, he didn't know that he had a facility to where he was, helping people into better mental states. He had this whole wellness facility, and he created granola, right? So he had these granola bars that people was eating in these bowls every day, but they was eating it basically dry, right? Or sometimes like a little water, I believe. Now, his brother was the one who had this idea, and his brother was like, man, wait a minute. That's crazy. I think we can sell this. And he was like, bro, chill. I ain't selling nothing. This for the people. This for the health. You know how you get the little conscious brothers. But at the same time, he didn't want his brother. He didn't believe in his brother at all. So his brother came up with the idea and was like, man, you're that dumb shit. So anyway, fast forward, he decided to go steal the recipe. And in his stealing the recipe and trying to come up with a new one, they were trying to cook something and they accidentally had to air fry it or dry it for somehow, and they ended up making it flaky. So it was an accident on they came up with the process. He picked it up, he tried it, and he was like, this shit good actually. You know what I'm saying? Then he decided to go ahead and box it up He boxed it up, started selling to people, talking about this was basically like a miracle cure. Because they used to be able to sell food as anything back in those days. They can sell this to help cure cancer. They can say whatever it is, right? There was no FDA. There was no USDA or whatever you got nowadays, right? Even though they still allow all kind of crazy stuff as long as you can lobby money. So, you know, the brother got down, put out the box, and it started booming. And they start making all kind of money off this cereal. But yeah, so, you know, over time, of course, they started adding sugar and they started having all these different things so they can keep up profits.
Okay.
So if you think about it in that manner, to where it's like most of the foods that we eat are so the companies can keep up profits, so they're going to continue to put things in there so that people continue to buy them. It has nothing to do with satisfying your hunger. It has nothing to do with nutritional value. Yet every single day people go and buy it. Most of the things that we spend money on make no sense whatsoever. So the question becomes, is society smarter or is society dumb? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People smoke weed every single day. And most people don't get any good effects from weed at all. Yet they make sure that they got a budget for smoking weed. We know that liquor has terrible effects on the brain, right? Yet bars every single night are filled with somebody in there. We don't care if there's chemicals. We don't care if it's natural, nothing. Society is dumb. How many decisions you make based on your intelligence versus how many decisions you make based on emotions and habits. It's a completely different life.